everyone, welcome back to another one of my studio vlogs. My name is Frances and I'm a pastel artist and I draw fantasy style artwork inspired by nature and witchy aesthetic. Following clips you're about to see, I filmed over a couple of weeks. I've been kind of busy with work. I was away the other week on a work trip and I'm feeling pretty tired. I've actually got like an injured shoulder at the moment, so I'm taking lots of painkillers. But I've just been slowly working on some of my new products that I'm hoping to launch soon. So I've just finished working on this owl notepad. This is a lined slim notepad. I actually did the border in Procreate, so this is actually the first time I've done like a full digital art piece. Apart from the owl, that is actually done in pastel, but the little gold embellishments around the edge I actually did in Procreate. So I'm not a digital artist. I'm not particularly confident in doing full illustrations on my iPad, but I was actually quite pleased that I managed to do this. It's sort of given me confidence to have a go at doing digital art and not being sort of scared of it. I think that's the problem. I do worry about sort of learning new stuff and worried about that it's going to go wrong. I think the problem that I find myself when I try new things is that I'm just afraid of failure, and I think that's just such a common thing with a lot of people. It probably doesn't help that I am a bit of a perfectionist and I always feel like I have to achieve the best. Whatever I do, whatever I work on, it has to be the very best that I can do. And I think that's partly why I do take my time when I'm creating artwork, because I want it to be good. I want to be happy with what I've achieved, and I think a lot of my products go through many phases before I get to the final physical product, because I just sort of think to myself, okay, can I do this any better than what I've done? Can I improve on this? What if I change the colour? What if I do this? What if I do that? I'm just trying to get the very, very best. It's a little frustrating sometimes because it can take me a long time to actually get to the end result. It does mean that when I do produce artwork or when I do bring out products, I'm really happy with them because I have gone through this long process of making sure it is the very best that it can be. And the other illustration that I've been working on is my Cat Witch librarian. I ended up doing this in watercolour and pen. So in my last vlog, I was talking about the struggles that I was facing with doing this piece. I originally wanted to do it in pastel, but I had to do the piece quite large for me to work in pastel, because pastel is a medium that works best in a larger size. So I just decided to work in watercolour and pen, which I've done before. So I actually really enjoyed working on this piece, even though it took me quite a long time to actually get the piece done from like start to finish. I really like how it's turned out. I love the sort of the vibrant colours that the watercolour has created. I love the background. I actually covered the background in salt. So salt sucks up some of the water and the paint, and it creates this really nice kind of bloom effect. And I've actually got the artwork all prepped and ready for a bookmark, and I think it will look really nice. And I've also was thinking about doing this piece as a liner cutting as well, I'd have to do a few sort of rejigs of the actual original design just so it'll fit on a tote bag or a t-shirt. But yeah, I think this sort of little bookish tiger, she's like a little mini tiger. She's the librarian. I didn't intend for her to be a tiger. I knew that I wanted to do a stripy cat. It just ended up she just ended up turning into a mini tiger. But I think it worked out really well because maybe subconsciously it's fitting. I don't know whether librarians are all the same, but I know sort of the school library and college library and visiting like the local library, there are many scary librarians. I think they always feel like you're about to damage their books or they're telling you to be quiet. So I think it's quite fitting that she is a mini tiger. She's a little fierce librarian and she's ready to tell you off if you've been damaging her books or perhaps you're being too noisy. So I'm really happy with this little character and I'd love to feature her in future products. It's finally dressing gown time. We haven't lit our fire yet, so we're just waiting till it gets cold enough to light our fire. But the weather's actually been alright the past couple of weeks. It's been like really quite nice. It's quite sort of really sunny. So we're alright in terms of just trying to keep warm. We're just putting on like dressing gowns and hot water bottles at the moment. I don't think it's not quite cold enough to really justify lighting the fire because it can get quite warm in here once you've lit it. Yeah, so we only have a wood burner to keep us warm during the winter time. But Archie's coming through. I think he heard me talking, so he's made his way up here. I've got a delivery, so I ordered some tote bags ages ago. So it's the 2nd of October that I'm speaking to you today, right now, and I ordered these I think a month ago, and I emailed the company asking like where it was, because when I ordered they said that I would get an email to let me know when it was being delivered. And I never got an email, so I was like, okay, where is it? They basically delivered this like literally a couple of days after I ordered it. So it's been, obviously all our post, if we get it delivered here at the marina, goes up at the office. So I haven't been up there at all. So this has probably been sat up there since, well, weeks ago. So it's a bit annoying, but at least it hasn't got lost in the post or anything. Neighbours are talking. My neighbour next door is fishing, so I bought some, I think I've got 10 of them. They're organic, like 100% organic cotton tote bags. They are the Westford Mill like brand. So yeah, they're just they've got sort of like thick handles and just like a, I don't know, they're not just like a bog standard size tote bag basically, but I'm going to print onto these. I'm going to do some liner cutting prints. I don't have anything ready. The only thing I've got and the only thing I did was my owl moth, which I showed in, I don't know which vlog it was, but it was a couple of vlogs ago. I've got the liner cutting for that. I've got all the paint to do it. So I could do like some nice moths or something on here. I could do some like, I would like to do some like mushrooms. I've actually been asked to do some like mushroom lino cutting artwork. This is my deerhound. I've got my, if you watch any of my previous vlogs, you know that I look at like, I can't look at the screen on the camera because it's too small, so I have to look at, so I'm looking off to the side. But this is my deerhound lino cut artwork that I need to trace out and actually cut it out on a piece of lino. I've got loads of bits of lino. I've pretty much got everything. I'm kind of all ready to like go. It's just actually sitting down and doing it. I've got a lot of like businessy stuff that I'm just sort of doing. I'm just in the middle of editing this vlog, so I'm gonna have that up on this coming Monday. So hello Monday. And then I want to do like a little bonus video as well. So October is my 1 year business anniversary, and I wanted to do like a little like recap, sort of what I've achieved like over the year, like how my business has gone during that year, like what kind of money I put into the business, what money I've got out of the business. Yeah, just kind of like a look back of what I've kind of achieved really. I was hoping to do that for the following week. It's like a little bonus vlog. So the other things that I need to tell you is I've managed to set up US shipping. So anybody who's watching from the US, I have US shipping ready to go on my shop. It took me ages to figure it out. I think it's just because just trying to like figure out like Shopify settings and stuff. It's not, if you're like a beginner like doing like website building or anything like that, it can be tricky, and I just find myself struggling a little bit with it. I was watching a lot of like YouTube tutorials of how to do stuff, and also different like shipping locations have like different shipping prices, and it's all a bit, you can never get it 100% accurate as far as I know anyway. So I've managed to kind of update my shipping, so it's a little bit more like accurate in prices. Not that it wasn't anyway. I think I did notice that I was losing just like a little bit of money in my shipping, which I don't mind, to be honest. It's not, I'd rather have, if it's like a little bit off, I'd rather than like a massive, like, I don't know, someone's paying too much or too little for shipping. But when if you're like a US customer and you go to my shop, when you go to like your checkout, you should see a customs, like an extra price at the end on the checkout. I do have it as a requirement on my shipping that you have to put in your phone number and your email address. That is a requirement for the US shipping, so you have to put your phone number, you have to put in I think your full name, but I've got that as a requirement on the shipping. So when I fill out the customs form, that has to go on there. In terms of like prices for like US customers, everything that I make is here in the UK. I don't have anything made like over in China or anything like that, so all of my prices is an extra 10% for the US customers. It's not great. It really sucks that like that's a thing now. It really is affecting a lot of people, like small businesses, and also it just kind of sucks for like people in like the US like having to pay, because this is the thing, it's like like the businesses are not paying for it, it's you guys, it's you as the customers, you're paying for this extra tariff, these extra charges. you know, especially if it's like 30 or 40%, you can't really eat that into your profit. So yeah, it's just, you just feel like the little person, like the small person, us guys are always getting screwed over all the time. But anyway, tote bags. I got some nice tote bags, so I'm going to print on them. I've also got some old t-shirts that I'm going to practice on as well. So before I actually print on these, I'm going to have a practice on some old t-shirts. What I don't have actually is a press. I think I might just stand on these. I might just like put them on the floor and stand on them, because obviously it's a textured cloth and I want to get it like a good print basically. So anyway, I'm a bit scared. I'm always a bit like scared like doing something, so I don't want to like screw these up or anything. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing like a few different designs on these. I was thinking about like I can just do double-sided, but you have to let them dry as well. I think they take a while for the ink to dry, so I don't know where I'm going to hang stuff. I'm just have to, I don't know, hang stuff up around the room. This is why I want to sort of go down to the studio that's in the village that's near me, because I can use her print. She's got like a big print, like a printing press I could probably use, and also there'll be room for like me to hang these up to dry. Yeah. Other things just to kind of update you on, I'm doing a newsletter. I'm just drafting a newsletter basically as like a little kind of update. I'm going to show my bookmark designs that I've got. So I've got a couple of bookmark designs. I've got like a little magnetic bookmark design as well, like the little cat witch, little fawn cat. I'm not doing any Christmas markets this year, unfortunately. I did have plans to do a couple of them, but they kind of, I think I left it a bit too late, and also they changed their schedule. They changed how they run their Christmas markets. I don't know if it's like a one-off or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not market ready at the moment. There's a lot of things that I need to get. It's for another time, for another day to think about. I will sit down at some point and have a look at contacting some shops and asking if they would want to sell some of my things. I know there's I've got like a couple in mind that I think would work really well. They kind of things that they sell is very similar to kind of like stuff that I make, so I will at some point do that. The other thing is just sort of focusing on marketing really. In my last vlog I was talking about that I bought Millie's, so Millie, she's got a business called Prints by Millie. I'll link her details down below. She did like an ebook for small businesses, just sort of guiding you on how to sort of like market yourself through like social media, and it was really helpful and encouraging as well, because it's like, oh, I'm doing the right thing, because I'm really kind of worried like I'm not on track with things, or I'm doing things wrong, or I'm not doing things, and it actually, what I'm doing is right. I just sort of need to sort of like fine tune things, sort of get myself like a schedule that I can kind of stick to. But yeah, that was really helpful. Making a bit more of an effort and making more time for like social media, like uploading photos and videos and reels and things, just to market myself and find my audience or grow my audience. And yeah, it's surprising just how much like there's not, even though I'm creating, there's only like kind of like a small portion of my time is actually like creating artwork. The other side is a lot of like just business stuff and marketing. And I suppose if you're working in like a big business, big company, you'd have like multiple people like doing those different roles, but as one person you're just doing all of them. So yeah, it's a lot of like hat juggling different roles all the time, and it can be a little overwhelming sometimes and a bit like, oh god, like what do I do today sort of thing. But yeah, I think if I had a choice, I just want to be creating things. I just want to be making art. That's what I find most enjoyable, and what I would just be doing anyway. Like if I wasn't doing this as like a business, as a way of like trying to make money, I would just be doing this in my spare time anyway. The other thing as well, I finished my work. I finished my like seasonal work now, and I'm officially unemployed. So my next kind of task is basically to look for a job. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I'm dreading it. I hate job searching. I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm really bad at it as well. I think I hate like interviews. I'm so nervous. I'm so like, I fidget like really, really badly. Like even now, like I'm just constantly like fidgeting. I'm so anxious and nervous. I don't know, I'm really like, I always feel like I'm not, you know, when you look at job description stuff and they want all of these things, and I just think, oh god, I don't have any of those things. Like I just think, oh, I wouldn't be good enough. I always think like, you know, like I'm not, they wouldn't want me, like, oh, there'll be someone better than me. And yeah, it's just a bit of like, it's definitely like a lack of confidence, I think, in myself. But yeah, I just dread it so much. But I really do need I need money. I need money. So I'm going to leave it there for the vlog for this week. I'm going to start filming my yearly business anniversary. I'm hoping I'm going to do that for the following week. I just want to be able to like get all the information that I need and then just kind of like film it all in one go basically. So I'll have that up as soon as I can. But yeah, that's it for this vlog. Hope you've enjoyed. I'm just trying to keep going basically, and if you like my video, if you like what I do, you can follow along if you want and give a like. It really helps me out. But in the meantime, I hope you have a good rest of your week and hope to see you again next time. Bye guys.